With the sweeping combat changes and rebalances coming to Conan in the Age of War, there also comes a recategorisation of gear classes. Today I'll be explaining those new categories and how they perform in-game. If you find this information useful, leave a like, it helps the video out. Previously there were 3 main gear categories in-game. These were regular, epic and legendary. In the Age of War, the new main categories will look like this: regular, unique, epic and legendary. In practicality, what does this mean? Regular is, well, of course, your regular items made with low and mid tier resources like stone, iron and steel. Unique is a new addition denoted with a blue border and will be the best in tier. For example, if you find a unique steel spear, it will be better than a regular steel spear. However, unique weapons will not be better than epic weapons. There are unique tier hardened steel weapons, but there are no unique versions in the star metal category currently. Epic weapons are denoted by a purple border and are made with endgame resources like Kari steel, hardened steel, star metal, etc. This is the final category of items that can actually be crafted. Finally, legendary items gain a new orange border and are endgame gear pieces that cannot be crafted anymore. They are instead obtained from bosses, chests, etc. They can also only be repaired with Grandmaster repair kits, the renamed version of the legendary repair kits. In the live game and the Age of War beta, there's also a subcategory called Perfected, which comes from the Journey system. Perfected weapons can be steel or hardened steel and are better than their normal counterparts but still worse than the unique ones. For example, a steel mace is 30 damage with 24% armor pen, a perfected steel mace is 32 damage with 27% armor pen, and a unique steel mace is 36 damage with 28% armor pen. Aside from the damage, the difference between perfected and unique is that perfected can be crafted, whereas it seems unique will only be available from drops. As the new category introduced, unique weapons seem to be designed to increase gear diversity and primarily reward you for engaging with NPC camps. As part of the rework of enemy health and damage, 2 skull enemies, referred to as champions, are the current primary source for these weapons. You'll find champion tier enemies among tribes and in NPC camps, and they can drop various unique items. Dennis and Andy mentioned in the dev stream that playtests of NPC camps felt unrewarding, and whilst the changes coming to loot acquired from chests in Chapter 2 should help greatly with that, this change to make it easier to acquire new weapons should make NPC camps a bit more fun to engage with. Even in my very limited PvE time, I can say it was very disheartening to go through an NPC camp and just walk out with basically nothing new. Specifically, I think the new unique items add something valuable to the early game. With changes coming to enemy health and damage which will undoubtedly make the early game a bit more challenging, these unique weapons should be a big help for those fighting through that early game. Something I'd compare this to is the Drake sword from Dark Souls 1. This is going to be a strange comparison, I know, but walk with me. The Drake sword was something you had to go out of your way to get. However, through that little bit of extra effort, you'd end up with a good weapon that can get you through those early challenges, though it wouldn't perform anywhere near as good as weapons you can choose to use and upgrade in the late game. I feel like unique weapons are in a somewhat similar vein, and though the difference might only be a few points of damage and armor pen, I think it is going to help the early game out quite a bit. Perhaps most importantly, unique weapons will make NPC camps a lot more fun and rewarding to engage with. To recap, with this update, the landscape of the new weapon categories is as follows: regular, unique, epic and legendary, with perfected weapons being a subcategory of the steel and hardened steel variety. Thank you for watching, and as always, a massive thanks to our wonderful esteemed coffee cultists for continuing to support the channel over on Patreon. I quite like the addition of the new unique weapon variety, and by adding borders to all of the weapon types aside from regular, I think that adds a good bit of visual interest and helps to quickly and clearly denote what weapon you've acquired and what category it's from. Again, thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you soon.